I need your help with something. Take a minute and stick with me. I have a favor. It's small and it's beneficial to anyone out there who is seeking more healing. I want to do a series where I break down the videos of estranged parents. I'm planning on doing one every single week, and the reason that it's beneficial for somebody who is on their healing journey from a narcissistic parent is because it's really going to drive home the fact that it was never you, for starters, because I know a lot of adult survivors carry a level of self-doubt, self-gaslighting, self-blame. I mean, especially for those of us who lost the entire narcissistic family system. Why are they all together standing with the abuser while we're alone? You know, they leverage that against us. And I feel like breaking down these types of videos and also showing the patterns of language and abuse from, I'm not going to say horse's mouth. I'm going to say jackass's mouth. Come on, I have to have a sense of humor in here somewhere. Anyway, if you know, you know, right? So I want to feature these videos, and I'm not going to do it in a way that allows anybody to go and harass these creators or anything like that. It's not my interest to go after these estranged parents. It's my interest to support the victims and the survivors of these estranged parents, period. Beyond that, I have estranged parents in my therapy practice because of the fact that I focus on adult survivors of narcissistic abuse. Inevitably, I also end up with some of the parents because they were victims who ended up passing down trauma, either by marrying the love that they know from childhood and creating that family dynamic, or being emotionally immature and not coming around soon enough before either the damage was done or before their adult child went no contact. Sometimes I have parents who are in that low contact phase, and we're able to work together to slow that down and even not end up no contact. I feel like these estranged parents in particular, just like those so-called self-aware narcissists who have platforms, play to the vulnerability of parents who did not abuse their children but ended up in estrangements. And the problem there is that these parents who are estranged are looking for community and healing, and instead of getting that, they're learning the opposite. They're learning that they don't have to validate their children, that their children owe them something, and all this and that and the other. And I know somebody's going to go and say like, yeah, but they should know better and whatever. Listen, we're human beings. And when somebody's vulnerable and when somebody's in pain, and you have an estranged parent out there who's building a community for them, it's extremely cult-like even, no big shock there, then, sometimes people get their head twisted around. It doesn't mean that their head doesn't get back on straight, but if it doesn't get back on straight before they end up in a situation where they've nailed the last nail in the coffin with their estranged adult child, then it's done and dusted. Because rarely does a parent who's estranged get more than 2 chances. Sometimes 3, rarely 3. And because I am an adult survivor of a mother who's a sociopath and a narcissist, who's been estranged, no contact, I walked away over 30 years ago, I would never wish this on anyone. And if I can help some of these relationships to be repaired by supporting the section of the estranged adult parents who are coachable, who want to do better, who weren't child abusers, but rather passed down trauma, then I want to do so. Because if I could have had my mom, I would have done anything for that. I did try to do anything for that. I didn't realize, of course, that my mother, well, she's a monster. I mean, full stop. Like, I didn't realize that there was nothing repairable there. She is not a representation of every single estrangement, and neither am I. And I prefer to see people be able to remain in their family in healthy relationships than end up estranged. That's all. So I would appreciate your help. And how can you help me? Now let's get to the nitty gritty. In the comment section, please drop a comment of who you would like me to feature. Maybe there's a video that you would like me to feature, so put a link for it. I am not interested in going after these estranged parents, so what I'll do is I will make a video featuring that video or that creator, whatever it is, whoever it is, and I will be blocking their faces and their names and all of that, because I'm not looking to create more division, although I think they do a good enough job on their own. I'm looking to create a healthier, healing environment for everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for your help in advance.